the facts. I didn't want what happened in Germany to happen again. My sister is doing everything she can to find a job as well. She's doing side hustles to get some money, helping out. She cooks and cleans. She did so much. She was damn near putting in work as a slave trying to make up her part. This is where shit gets juicy. Because in my opinion, she gave us no other option but to leave.
If you ride with me, I gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the love. When you ride with me.
Ooh. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I have a surprise and they kind of just stuck their way in here. He's bad. Aww. This is my boy. My sweet boy. The new addition to my family. Like I said before, welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you're new here, hey, and if you're not, hey Pookie, welcome back. Come sit, come chat, because we got a lot to say and a lot to talk about. What happened in Houston? Let's get into it. I told you guys a brief story of what happened, but I didn't give you guys all of the details because I wanted to make a separate video for it, and I wanted to get everything in order so it doesn't, I don't want to say I'm lying, but people as in the other party of this story think I'm lying about it, but y'all will see no one's lying. Let's just get straight into the video. We're gonna start off with the backstory to how we even ended up in Houston. And I'm not going to be saying any names because that's just bogus. We joined the military together. We became best friends, and if you've seen me, you've seen her. If you've seen her, you've seen me. It was very rare that you didn't see us together. And like I said in the last video, we decided to move to Houston after we got out the military because it was just a big move. Like, we wanted something different. We didn't want to go back to our home that we lived in because there wasn't nothing there for us, because it's bumfuck Kentucky. Who, literally. As y'all see, I'm doing my content, my YouTube, my TikTok, my Snapchat. Like, I'm trying to take on social media, and I've been trying to take on social media for a long time now, probably since freshman year of high school. So you can look back on my channel. Like, I have old, embarrassing, cringy videos on there from high school, and you know, I've been trying, but that's beside the point. When I tell you I had so much unconditional love for this person, I would do anything for them. And when I say anything, I was down to do anything for that person. I'm talking about jail time, assaults. Like, I was ready and down to do it all. And I will do that for any of my loved ones that I care about truly and deeply for. And I know that they do the same for me back. But I didn't think it was gonna get to where it did. It was majority my idea to go to Houston, but we both was on board with it. When we got there, we didn't plan it out very well, if I shall say. We really kind of just did it off the whim. Like, we didn't plan it. We just found an apartment and just was like, go, let's go. And that was both of us. That wasn't just me. Granted, that's us being young and figuring things out on our own. But when we got there, we didn't have any jobs lined up, not knowing how populated Houston is. I mean, you could know that, but like, you really don't know unless you go. So we went, we've seen how many freaking people are there, and it was really, really, really hard to find a job, because if you do not have a certification or schooling, if you don't have any of those things, you're not going to get a decent paying job that's going to pay your bills. And let alone any of the small jobs like fast food or dirty jobs. Like, nobody was hiring because of how many people were just there. The homeless, it is outrageous in Houston. My plan was to go to school full-time, get a part-time job if needed to, because I was also getting a check from the military for my disability and a stipend for going to school with my 9/11. So I was doing all of that. That was my plan, and that was also her plan. She was planning on going to school as well, but her school didn't start until March. And I was already in school, but school got really, really, really hard, and the stipend that I was getting through the military for school wasn't enough to pay the bills, let alone anything really. And when I would get the stipend and my disability check, like it wouldn't cover as much as I thought it was going to cover. So I ended up having to leave school and get a full-time job so I can pay my part. When we ended up moving there, she didn't have the money to cover her side of rent. And that's perfectly fine. Like, I don't have an issue with that at all, because that was my bitch. Like, that was my ride or die. Like, if you're down, I've got you, and if I'm down, you got me, type thing, type shit. And then my money ran out. It was my turn. I didn't have my side of the cut, and she did. And this is where shit gets juicy, because she wasn't working a 9 to 5. She was doing OnlyFans and selling stuff and, you know, doing what she can to make her money. I'm not knocking anybody that does OnlyFans. Me though, I'm not that type bitch at all. Like, but her OnlyFans wasn't her, for real. She was scamming, and that's fine, whatever. Whatever. She was making her money, and that was all that mattered. And she was covering rent, and that's all that mattered. And I loved and respect her for that, for helping me when I couldn't do it, because I couldn't find a job that would hire me. Nobody was hiring. Even the smallest, like the easiest jobs you would think, like drive-thrus and stuff, there was 15 people deep in Cane's drive-thru, McDonald's drive-thru, Taco Bell drive-thru. Like, I kid you not, there was a ton of people. It was a struggle. It was a real struggle. And my sister and CJ, they came when we came back home to see family and stuff. Like, we ended up bringing back my sister and CJ, and that's fine. They ended up staying with us, and they were living with us in our 2-bedroom apartment. And the whole point for my sister to actually come was for her to find her own apartment out there. We was just her stepping stone. But it was so hard to find jobs that none of us could even do anything. There was no money coming in from me and my sister, and that wasn't our fault. Like, we were trying. We were applying to everything, daycare, dirty jobs, picking up shit. Like, we were applying to anything, and no one was hiring. And it was very frustrating, but we had to sit in that frustration. It's like, we were trying and nobody was, you know, giving us the opportunity to get that job. And it was very hard, and things did get very, very, very sticky. Like, in Houston, I don't know if y'all remember, but Houston had like a tornado, hurricane looking thing back in May. There was a whole, I don't remember if it was a tornado or a hurricane, but there was a whole thing, and it was very, very scary to see and to be a part of when you have no one there other than you and your sister, because at this point she was already gone. Clock it. Then after the tornado or hurricane, here came the blackout, when there was no power in Houston. I don't know if y'all remember that, but we were a week and some change without power because of the storms. During that whole time anyway, we were without power for a good week and a half, almost 2 weeks without power, no food, no money to get food. I mean, no AC, nothing. And that's fine because it was a natural disaster and you can't control those things. But in that time period where there was no food, no nothing, she was gone. And she was with her man that was giving her everything she needed. They had power over there. We didn't. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm not envious, but you know, like jealous that she had a man or whatever. Like, I could give two f***s about her having a man. I was in my own thing, going through my own stuff. I didn't care. I was happy she found somebody, but I was also hesitant that she found somebody so fast because of previous issues that me and her have had that we have put behind us over. That's not okay. And I forgave her for that and I moved on, but then she started to do the same stuff again. And that's where I needed to realize that it was my fault this time because I knew better. After a month and some change, she met a man out there in Houston, and I was so excited for her to get back out there and get to know new people and stuff. And she ended up falling head over heels for this man, and he wasn't even showing her green flags yet. He was doing bare minimum, in my opinion. Like, that is something that should be happening in your relationship. It was just simply he was giving her everything that she wanted, and it made her feel good. And I was happy for her that she found somebody that was making her feel happy again. And he ended up not being all of that. And he got on my bad side because from previous issues, I was very standoffish with her men, and he proved me right. I ended up having to pull up. I'm not gonna put too much of her business out here, but there was more shit that he did that she stayed. And I'm like looking at her like, what are we doing? Are we not learning from our mistakes? So in this time frame before the hurricanes and the blackouts, we found a job at a vet's clinic as kennel techs. And I don't know if people that watch me are aspiring vet techs and want to learn new stuff. Leave a comment if y'all want vet tech content. Let me know something, because I would love to show you guys vet tech content or dog training content, because I do love dog training, but that's beside the point. Whatever. Before the hurricanes and all of that, we did find a job at a vet clinic, and that clinic was absolutely disgusting, and I didn't even realize it until my sister got onto the job, because I was just happy to even have gotten the job. $12 an hour. That's nothing. $12 an hour is not even paying bills, for real. When I tell you this job was disgusting, this job was health code people would have came in, they would have gotten shut down because of how dirty they were and how bad they were treating their animals in the back. So yes, I worked somewhere where I did not feel comfortable working because of how dirty and disgusting and how their management was. But I had to do what I had to do to make that money. So by this time, I'm making my money, I'm getting my disability check. My sister is doing everything she can to find a job as well. She's doing side hustles to get some money, helping out. She cooks and cleans while she's at her man's house. She did so much. She was damn near putting in work as a slave trying to make up her part because we weren't able to give back yet. So with that being said, when she met her man and she started getting really, really attached to him, she started to slowly move out anyway. And I was just in denial and didn't see it. And I didn't know to what extent it was going to happen again. Because if it got to the extent that it got to in Germany, then I was going to be pissed. When I tell you the stuff that I endure when it comes to her and her men's choices and me sticking by her side because I was her best friend is outrageous. And she deserves better than what the fuck she went through. But that's neither here nor there. After she slowly was moving out anyway, and this is over a span of months. In a span of 3-4 months, this happened. And she's damn near living with this man. And whatever, like I keep saying, that's fine for her to have found somebody. I'm not mad or irritated about that. I'm irritated about how she moved after this. Getting into the steak and potatoes of the story, she was gone. We had those jobs, we had worked our asses off to make rent and to get things done, and she was with her man doing whatever she's doing to make money as well. We was all just grinding, but then we did not have rent money for, I believe, June, because we came back at the end of June. Okay, so yeah, we got our first eviction notice at the beginning of June, and we were like at our wits' end because we didn't have the money. We ended up making that money back, and when we paid off the eviction notice, me and my sister and her came together and sat down in my room, and we had a deep conversation about, should we stay or should we go back home and reevaluate, because this is clearly not working. We're not making enough money. We're gonna be homeless. Like, we need to think smart. And you know what she told me? And my sister? She told me that we signed up for this and that we need to tough it out. And we gonna really work and get it done. So we decided to stay. Then later that month, towards the end of the month, literally a week before the beginning of the next month, when rent is due, she went home as in here, on a little trip that she could afford and see family and all of that good stuff. Rent was due.
Hey, Stu, your rent's due, motherfucker! And don't be pulling that falling down the stairs shit on me, you hear? Are you conscious? Shoot.
I'm about to get into these text messages. I'm about to get into the real stuff, the facts. Because this person stands by this today, that she did not kick us out of that apartment and out of Houston. Honestly, I want y'all to determine if I'm tripping. If I'm tripping, I'll claim that. I'll shut the fuck up. But like, if I'm not tripping, let me know that. Because in my opinion, she gave us no other option but to leave. But when I go through these messages, I do want y'all to keep in mind that I helped her when she didn't have it. And I didn't have the avenues money-wise. Like, and I know this, I hate to say stuff like this, but like, she does have pretty privilege. And that's okay. Me, I didn't get those privileges. Like, I didn't have stuff handed to me. Like, and I swear up and down this person will say that they didn't have things handed to them and that they went through the trenches, but that was when she was like 8. Like, you know, she was a child going through those struggles that everybody else goes through in the trenches. You know, not having no money and you know, having to take day by day and figure it the fuck out, and your parents is really working and doing that. That's perfectly fine. I'm not hating on it. They made their money and they worked up to where they are. But what would irritate me is that she would sit here and say that she didn't have things handed to her. But yet you have a big ass house. You have a mother and a father. You have 2 siblings, a dog. Like, for example, she got a car at her baby shower. Just keep in mind that I would have figured it the fuck out for her and did figure it out for her. But I'm about to read these messages. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. With these first messages, y'all can see that the sun has went down. She paid the Wi-Fi bill. Like, that was her thing. Like, she always paid that from jump when we got it. So like, this is how the conversation started. Bless you. Bless you. Okay. You good? Say he's a sleepy boy. But that's how this conversation starts. Hey love, have you paid the Wi-Fi question mark? Nope, I told y'all. You know I don't remember shit. I was gonna have a talk with you when I had come home the other day, but you wasn't there. I had a long talk with my family. And I know, LOL, it's 165. And I replied to that comment talking about what? Everything, the apartment, pregnancy. Oh, pause. Let's go back. She's pregnant at this point. At this point in the messages, she is pregnant. And how she got there, she kept coming home and telling us that, you know, he wasn't. And we're like, in the predicament that we're in, are you trying to have a baby? And she would tell us to our face, no, she wasn't trying to have a baby. But every time she came back home, it was the same story. So you're trying. You wanted that. I remember us going through and getting pregnancy tests and taking them week after week after week. Like, we all grown here. We all know how we get pregnant. We all know where babies come from. If you're continuously trying and not, you know, exiting the premises, that's what's gonna happen is a baby. So, and that is exactly what happened. She got pregnant. And we were trying to figure out what we were gonna do because, you know, like we didn't have no money. And we were fully behind her if that would to have happened. But she was telling us that wasn't the plan. So back into the messages. Nothing bad. I'm not paying for rent anymore if it's gonna keep going up. Mind you, it was going up because we weren't paying rent. It was late fees after late fees after late fees. We was paying damn near $2,000 in rent. And when our rent was originally 19 something. And that's still high for a 2-bedroom apartment. But I digress. They just adding numbers together, and my school don't start until the 8th, so I won't have my IG bill yet. So I don't know how rent will be paid on the 1st. I said the rent should be lowered. Now I got us electricity. That was also a reason why they added a fee, is because we were supposed to get our own electricity. Yes, they gave us electricity through their company, but we were supposed to have another company take it over. If not, they were going to charge extra, and which we were slacking on the electricity, so I ended up doing that. I found an electricity company and I got our electricity, so our rent went back to normal. I get it if you don't have rent, but you not paying it anymore is crazy. Your name is on the lease. I have my cut for rent, or at least right below it. If I can try to get rent for you too, if I got to. Like, if we was gonna have to figure it the fuck out for her because she didn't have it, that was gonna be that. Like, we was gonna sit there and figure that shit out because she did it for us and I did it for her before. I understand my name is on the lease, but it's just blowing my mind and I keep bringing it up. I know I'm not tripping because everyone is telling me it's nuts. All ends. Shy, my sister, has been living here since January and still has not helped pay rent once. Like I say, I love Shy to death, but I've told you numerous times that she needed to pay. Same as CJ if he wants to stay. Valid, she's not wrong, but she is wrong because Shy did help out with rent 3 times. Shy figured out something, somehow, some way to make some extra money, and she slid it to me. Me and my sister don't have the resources to find extra money like she does, if that makes sense. Mind you, the money she's making is off of OnlyFans and selling stuff, whatever, selling anything, okay? She sold her PS5, she sold her iPad, she sold pretty much anything. Her man had a PS5 at the house. So did she really lose out? Did she even use her iPad? No, not really. That thing was dead majority of the time. But Shy helped out in many ways as she could that she did. So I'm gonna keep going. Shy has helped with rent twice now. Oh, well, twice. I didn't mean 3 times, twice. Rent twice now. Shy don't have a job either and has no one to help her at all for real. I'm not saying she doesn't need to pay. I agree with you on that, but I'm also not going to expect money from her when we all are in the same spot financially. Me and my sister are damn near cheek to cheek in this apartment. I see her every flipping day and I know she ain't making no money, so how stupid do I look going up to her talking about some give me my money? Like, I look fucking goofy because I know she ain't got it. I know I don't got it. You know our situation, why we don't have it. She said, then it's time for a different plan. What do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
Gonna have to move out, find a job, something. I'm done stressing over this when it would be 10 times easier if Shy helped. It's not right at all, and I know it's hard because y'all don't have a job right now, but some's got to shake. I don't even be at the house anymore. Wow. She said it in her own words, folks. She don't be at the house. It'd be me and my sister at the house 24/7 with Stormy and fucking Rilo. So, oh, but at this point where I'm showing you these text messages, she done already kicked out CJ. Yeah, mind you, she's the one that brought him. I didn't bring him. I brought my sister. I just got people in my ear, including my family, and I'm not in a good situation either, but I've been paying rent. Which, she was paying rent because we couldn't find a job, and she was doing OnlyFans. Expecting us to have a 9-to-5 job, but she's doing OnlyFans and half-ass doing OnlyFans at that. I asked you about leaving. I told you guys that. I asked you about leaving and you shot me down on it, saying we knew what we were getting into. Life is hard and I'm sorry we don't have it together as fast as you like. I've worked my ass off trying to get money for rent. It would be easier if Shy helped, which she has when she's had it, but she don't have all the avenues like us to make money. I've been trying to save a stack so I can get us back on our feet. With my disability checks and giving my body to the bio shit as in I was giving my plasma blood 2 times a week away to make some extra money. My arms were bruised up all the way up my arm. I was giving my body away to the government. Bio shit when I should be the last one because of how anemic I am, which I am. I'm anemic as shit. As y'all see, I'm in the house with a sweatshirt, pajama pants that don't even match. And no, I'm not wearing the Texas sweatshirt on purpose. I just haven't washed clothes. Mind your business. You really make it seem like we don't do a fuck thing. Life has us in a corner right now and I can't help that. You right though, you don't be here. And I've been said you might as well move in with that now. You've set yourself up, you're good. I mean, if you want to leave this apartment, we can sign that paper and find something new, cheaper. Because she has not said she was moving in with this man, so me and her are a unit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she never said that they were moving forward like that. So I've always reverted back to it being me. You know, like I never wanted to, you know, assume that she just wasn't with us. Like, I talked a little shit just there, but I reverted back and I was like, you know, we can sign this paper and we can go somewhere cheaper. Like, we can figure it the fuck out. Her response is, Anasia, you're not hearing me. You just listening. It's not like I want y'all to move out. This just ain't working. I'm pregnant and can't donate plasma. You know, if I wasn't, I would be there right with you, and I don't like needles at all. Tell Shy to go with you. If she wants to stay in the apartment, she's got to make some shake as well. You shouldn't be the only one doing it. Now, I hear her, but do I feel the same way? No, because this is plasma. This is your blood, your body on record somewhere. Some people are not comfortable with putting their body into a system. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be different if she was donating hair or something. But her blood, she didn't feel comfortable doing that. And I respect that because that's her body. That's her choice. I never once wanted to push Shy to do that because if I didn't want to give my body up, I wasn't. I'm not trying to target Shy, but it's been on my mind for a good minute and I'm just letting you know. And I don't have myself set up good. I don't want to be in a little apartment with a child on the way. You think everything is just so fucking perfect over here and it's not. I'm tired of you throwing this in my face like my life is just so great and that everything just always works out in my favor and it doesn't. She had food on her plate. She had a bed to rest her head. A piping her down. And she's pregnant. Food getting brought to her. She's getting shit catered to her at this point over there. Like, yeah, you may not have a house and the perfect American dream, but meanwhile, while me and my sister are over here starving and not having any food in the refrigerator because we are struggling with money, you're over there eating good and he's gonna cater to you because you're pregnant. You genuinely had things handed to you in this time and in this given moment. While during the blackout, while you were inviting us to go over to your place with him after I had to pull up and pick you up from this man after a situation, no, I'm not finna go sit in this man's face. I'm not. Neither did she want to go sit in y'all's face. You couldn't leave your man to come home and be with people you moved to Texas with in this crisis. You couldn't do it. You stayed over there. You had electricity. You had hot water. My life is shitty in Asia. If it was so great, I'd have a car right now, extra spending money, and be in way better moods. Is that not given? I feel like if those are your issues, your life is not hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got your car repoed because you wasn't paying the car payment. You ain't got no car, but your man got a car. And he let you drive that bitch though. You still made it around where you needed to go. Where is the struggle, honestly? You make it seem like I'm just saying fuck you or something, when that's the last thing I'm trying to do. And I thought y'all would have a job by now. It's been a whole month. There are places you might not like to be, but I know for a fact there are places that are hiring right now. And I never said y'all don't do a fuck thing. You can't sit here and tell me to do something that I don't want to do job-wise, and that's very little because you have told me you ain't even gonna get a job because you're pregnant. But there are plenty of pregnant women that work. You may not have it exactly how you want it right now, but you're comfortable. You and your mans have gotten 2 puppies throughout this whole show. She's struggling so bad. Was able to get a Doberman puppy. Dock his ears. Y'all were struggling though. Meanwhile, Stormy didn't have dog food. You have a nigga that's providing for you right now and other things. That's what I meant. The plasma thing she doesn't feel comfortable doing, and I respect that because some people don't want to put their shit in a system or on a record. I get that. It would be different if they was donating clothes or something, but that's blood, that's your DNA. All of this is because you've had to come through for rent for a while, and I'm sorry about that. I can't do anything about it but pray and keep hustling. Like I said, we can sign this paper and get to looking for a new spot. I am still including her. But she claps back with this. But I make my money. I don't need a job, Anasia. You just snitched on yourself. You showed me your true colors with that text message in itself. You're saying all of this in these text messages, but you don't have to work because you make your money. We don't make our money. Struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I said, okay, my point exactly. You're good. I said, I don't even want to talk about it no more because we're not getting nowhere. What do you want to do? You want to leave this apartment complex? Because if we stay, we just going to keep going through this shit until we get back on our feet, which is facts. She said, okay, I'm going to let this out once and I'm just not going to bring it up again. You have helped me when I didn't have it. She states, when we first moved in and you didn't say nothing. I didn't. Because I didn't expect that shit back. You were my best friend, my blood, my sister, like my twin. We go deep, and I'm the type bitch that if I loan you some money and I love you, I'm not gonna hold that over your head. And when I paid, I didn't say nothing. In all caps, as y'all can see. Ah, fuck. Battery dying. Let's get back into it. In all caps, she says, if I couldn't find no way to make money, I'd work anywhere. If I had to pick up cow shit for 18 hours, I would. And of course, I'm gonna complain, but I'd do it to help pay rent. That's the difference between me and you. You want something you want and not something you need. You don't always get everything you want, and what I need is a job. Anything! Exclamation point. I'm trying to help you out. I'm being real and trying to help you, if anything. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. Bro, and the plasma thing, there is a lot that I'm not comfortable with. My PS5 and my iPad, I had to ship out. I didn't want to do that. I understand it's something completely different, but damn, bro. I'd do anything for y'all, man, regardless if I'm uncomfortable or not. You're saying these things, but yet you are sitting comfortably at another man's house, refusing to get a job. You make your money, but you're struggling. Please make it make sense, because it don't. I said in all caps, where the fuck are you getting that from? Not when have I ever said I wouldn't go work somewhere? I've been applying to everything. Fast food, clinics, transportation, preschools, anything, bro. No one was trying to hire us if you didn't have no type of education. And then go say, bro, it's been a month. I'm not trying to argue with you. I know it's been a month. I've been here too. Like I haven't been here. I know it's been a month. I know we've been sitting here with no job. I know we've been sitting here with no money. The answer is still the same. Why do you think there's so many fucking homeless people here? I'm not either, so like I asked, what do you want to do? She says, I'm done speaking on it too. We gonna sign that paper and see when our last day will be. I don't know what else to do. I think we need to have a move-in date and an address already. So I think we're gonna have to find somewhere before. I am still including her. We're gonna have to move somewhere else if we're gonna leave this apartment because it's so expensive. And her response, as y'all see, y'all need to have a move-in date. Because she already knew where she was gonna be with her man. So let me know when y'all get that. You saying that y'all are gonna have to figure that out is telling me that you're not coming with us. And you're gonna move in with your man and we're gonna have to figure it the fuck out. Mind you, these text messages are a week before the 1st. She's telling us that we're gonna have to figure it the fuck out. After we spoke about this at the beginning of the month because we got an eviction notice before that. But you told us to stay here. But now you're telling us at the end of the month when we have a week left to figure it out that you're not paying rent anymore and that we're gonna have to find somewhere to go? You didn't give us a choice. You kicked us out, for real. And I will stand on that. You gave us no other option, so we're having to really pick up our stuff and go. Like, the only money me and my sister had to get back from Houston to Kentucky, we had rent. And we also had to buy a Penske. We also had to get a trailer because I had 2 vehicles at this point. So I'm a little, you know, bitter. You robbed us of the opportunity to fix our issue with the money. Don't get me started on trying to find an apartment because you have to sell your damn coochie lid to them for you to even get into an apartment. So no, we wasn't gonna be able to find an apartment, get approved for it in the financial situation that we were in. So there was no other option, even though you tried to say that there were other options and that we could have found a place and all this other stuff. It was pointless. You gave us a week to figure it the fuck out. So we ended up leaving with the last little drip of money that me and my sister had. We packed up what we packed up. We didn't even speak to her for real when she came to pack up her stuff with her man because of how irritated and pissed off we were. When we got to Tennessee, we ran out of gas, we ran out of money, we ran out of everything, food, snacks, and it was me, my sister, and Stormy. Nothing. We had to beg people for money to make it back to Kentucky, to make it through 3.5 more hours with a Penske and 2 cars. We were stranded, and by the grace of God, people came through and gave us a little bit of money to make it home. That's how I ended up back here, y'all. I ended up back in Kentucky because I got kicked out of Houston. And guess where she is? By the grace of God, I got this. I feel like it happened for a reason. And now I'm stable and I have money and I got my baby. I feel like with everything that happened, it happened for a reason, but I just had to get it off my chest that this is what happened to me. And this is my side of the story. But y'all read the messages. Y'all tell me, am I tripping or is she tripping? That's what happened in Houston. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's your baby. I hope and pray that your life is amazing and exactly how you seen it. Thank you for listening to me, you guys. Leave a comment. Give me y'all's opinions on the story. Like, talk to me. I'll chat back with y'all in the comments, for real. Leave a comment if y'all want to see vet tech content, more training videos with him because I'm getting him into bike training. Thank you for sitting through this video. Thank you for sitting and listening to me in my little corner of the internet. And I love you guys.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Please tune in for the next video. I do have more content coming. Please stay tuned, subscribe, like, and comment, and share. See you guys in the next video, though. Bye-bye.